the Marley Bird YouTube channel. This is another My First with Marley Bird. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make some really simple knit dishcloths. Now, the purpose of this video is to show you how to adventure out a little bit and try some different yarns. You've learned how to cast on and maybe you've learned how to knit, but you're just like, okay, I can do the garter stitch, but maybe I want to make some dishcloths that aren't made just out of the plain old cotton. So here is a chance for you to use some really great new yarn on the market called Red Heart Scrubby. Now this yarn is great for dishcloths. It has a wonderful texture to it with a bunch of little eyelashes that come off of it as it is spun. Why don't we take a look down here and let me show you exactly what I mean. Red Heart Scrubby is 100% polyester, and it is made to have these little eyelashes that come off of the yarn as it's spun. These little eyelashes work like scouring pieces on the finished dishcloth, and so you kind of get this raised look on the dishcloth. It's like a little scrubby. It's squishy, it's pliable, and I made a bunch of these for my mom for Christmas, and she loves them. She's asking me for more. These dishcloths are really useful, and the yarn comes in a variety of colors. So technically you can make a dishcloth for every day of the week in a new color. These are super simple, super fun. Why don't we go ahead and jump in? I'm going to show you how to master knitting this simple dishcloth with some Red Heart Scrubby yarn. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the yarn here, and I'm pulling from the center of this ball. And if you have a hard time getting the center of the ball and it's easier for you to pull from the outside, you can absolutely do that. It's totally up to you what you're going to do. So I'm going to pull from the center of my Red Heart Scrubby yarn. To begin, we need to cast on 30 stitches onto our needles. We start with a slip knot. So I will put a slip knot directly onto my needle. Once it's onto my needle, I'm going to go ahead and start doing my knitted cast on. The knitted cast on is really simple. You go into the stitch, take your yarn over your right hand needle, come out of that stitch, extend, and you're going to swivel your left hand needle and put that loop directly back on your left hand needle. You repeat that action. Put your needle into the new loop, yarn over, pull out, extend, swivel, and scoop. In, around, out, extend, swivel, and scoop. One thing you will notice with using this yarn versus some of the other smoother yarns is as you are doing the in and around and then the out and then extend, the lashes tend to grab a little bit onto that loop, that stitch that we're working into. But it's all right if you just, pull your needle out a little bit. It might be a little bit more forceful than you typically do with the regular old smooth yarn, but it's absolutely okay. You can do this, and I believe in you. Once you have 30 stitches cast onto your needle, it will be time to start knitting. All you will do when you begin to knit your project is continue doing the knits just as you've been doing before. The hardest part with using this yarn as you're learning to knit is that you have to ignore the eyelash part of the yarn and really build your stitch into the actual solid base that's holding the eyelash. Let me show you what I mean. As we look down here, I have my stitches cast on, and it might look a little bit fuzzy to you. You might be like, you know what, I can't tell where anything is, Marley. This is where I'm going to say you really need to rely on what it is that's in your hand. So as you look at your knitting, and I want you to kind of play around and find where the stitch is as you come to it. So right here, I'm using my fingernail and I'm kind of poking at the stitch. And I'm like, okay, there it is right there. I can see it. And I'm ignoring all of the eyelash portion. I'm going into the stitch, yarning over, coming out. And this time, now here's a little something here. When I pulled out, my needle went through one of the eyelashes, and so it's not wanting to pull. So I'm just gonna pop it out of that. There we are, and go like that. That was something that was really common as I was knitting the other dishcloth, is I would accidentally stick my needle through one of the eyelashes. And so all I did was pull out my needle of the eyelash, and it reset itself. It made it so that it's possible. You just wanna make sure you don't accidentally snag the eyelash. After I've pulled this through that stitch, I drop that stitch off of my left-hand needle, just like I do when I regularly knit. I'm on to the next stitch, so I'm kind of playing around, and I can feel it. Like, you can use your fingertips, really feel where the solid portion of that knit stitch is. I can feel it. I go in, around, out. Whoops, I forgot to go out. Around, out, and off. Feel the next stitch, in, around, out, off. In, around, out, off. This really is really super simple. The name is actually perfect for this dishcloth, the simple knit dishcloth, because it is just knitting. It's just garter stitch. The hardest part about this dishcloth is really learning how to use the scrubby yarn. And when I say the term hard, I use that with respect to the fact that it's different than using something with a solid spin or a really smooth texture to it. The scrubby yarn is not hard to knit with. It's just a different type of difficulty than the smooth yarn. So I think this is something that you absolutely could do. It's just going to take a little bit more patience and a little bit more time for you to feel out where those stitches are. Now, as you notice, I'm sitting here and I'm talking to you and I'm knitting along, and I'm using my fingertip here to feel where my stitch is. And so I can feel where my stitch is, and I don't have any worries of accidentally going into just one of the eyelashes instead of the actual stitch. So I am telling you, as you work along with this new yarn and just knitting, you will find that it's really easy to maintain your stitch pattern, which is just garter stitch, which is just knitting, throughout the entire piece. Now, you will knit this dishcloth until it measures about 7.5 inches, or until your desired length. It's completely up to you. Maybe you like a bigger dishcloth, maybe you like one a little bit smaller. You know, you could do whatever you want. If you decided you wanted to make this dishcloth striped, you could do that too. Grab a couple different colors of scrubby yarn and make a striped dishcloth. The world is your oyster. You can do anything you want when it comes to your project and this very simple pattern. It's really that easy. When you get to the end of your row, all you will do is finish knitting your last stitch, turn your work, and begin knitting again. No purling, no ribbing, nothing like that. So as you look down here, you can see I'm finished with my first row. Pretty simple. Things get spaced out a little bit more after the cast on, and you can start to see the individual stitches a little bit better. As you go along, you will find that this is generally the case. You will start to be able to see your stitches a little bit better. Once you've knit your dishcloth to the length you desire, all you will do is bind off, and you know how to do that, and then tuck in your ends. Super easy. I will recommend that as you tuck in your ends, you grab yourself a steel tapestry needle or a steel bent tip tapestry needle to weave in your ends into this polyester yarn. It's really easy, really fast. These make great gifts, and they are perfect take-along projects. So as you're traveling along in the summer or over the holiday season, this is perfect to throw into your knitting bag, grab your needles, and you have some fun little dishcloths that you can say, I made those and Marley Bird taught me how. Thanks so much for watching this My First with Marley Bird video. I hope you will come back for more, where there is a new My First video released every month. I'm Marley Bird, proud spokesperson for Red Heart Yarn. Make sure you smash that like button. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.